Is Lunala broken or broke? The short answer, it's kind of both. Okay, let me explain. So welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over Lunala EX. Now Lunala EX is a great card. It actually has some really great stats. It has 180 HP, that's pretty tanky, and that's gonna be important in a second. It has Lunar Blast for 3 energies. You're hitting for 100, so it's not terrible. You're 2-hit KOing a lot of things. And it has the ability Psychic Connect. It allows you to move all psychic energies from your bench psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So because it says bench psychic Pokemon, it does restrict this card's deck in a little bit. So you can only play with other psychic mons. Now you can have a psychic mon on their bench and then have another type of attacker on in the active, but people have been kind of playing it with just psychic mons, and for good reason, right? We have a lot of great psychic attackers in this current meta right now, so let's take a look at a couple of those. Obviously we have the Giratina EX. Giratina EX is plaguing the meta at the moment. You see it pretty much everywhere, and for good reason, right? It has a Broken Space Bellow ability allowing you to accelerate energy every turn passively, which helps with the Lunala's ability, Psychic Connect. And then it also has Chaotic Impact, allowing you to hit for 130, which is a really great attack. We also have base Giratina. Now base Giratina is actually really great because it allows you to preserve energy. Let me show you how. It has the ability Levitate. So if you attach an energy to it, it allows it to have free retreat. So it doesn't have that 3 retreat cost that you see right there. So that means that if you attach a psychic energy to this Giratina, then you could retreat it into another psychic attacker and then use Psychic Connect to move that energy off. So Giratina, the baby version, is actually really great in this deck and allows you to have a lot more mobility between attackers. Now you also have the Mewtwo EX. Mewtwo EX is really great in this deck because of the side drive attack. Hitting for 150 is a really great number in this meta, and then we also play red to push that up to 170, so you can knock out things like Solgaleo if they self KO'd, or not self KO'd, do the recoil damage, right? So they go down to 170. So side drive is really good on that front. But you do discard 2 energies from the Pokemon. So that's the only caveat, is you are losing the energy. And I did try and swap Mewtwo EX for Mew EX because Mew EX allows you to copy attacks, but there aren't a lot of attacks right now that are worth copying, if that makes sense. Like you have Darkrai, you have Giratina, you have Solgaleo. All of those attacks are great, but going into themselves, like hitting Giratina's attack into themselves, doesn't necessarily KO the opponent Pokemons. And then because Mew EX is pretty weak, it doesn't have a high HP pool, they can just return KOU. So I just kept the Mewtwo EX as I've seen in other deck lists, and I think it's been actually really great. And you also have the Psychic Sphere attack. A lot of our attackers, they only have like one big attack. Mewtwo EX is actually cool because you can actually attack for 50 really early in the game, and that actually matters in certain breakpoints. Allowing you to get a little bit of damage every now and then is actually important so that you can clean up with your other psychic attackers. And then I also have the Tapu Lele. I actually took out one Giratina EX and put in a Tapu Lele because I think Tapu Lele is so good right now. I talk about it in almost all of my decks that include Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is such a great card. You have so many Pokemons, you have so many mons in the format right now that just love to just build up energy. You have Darkrai that builds up energy on the bench. You have Giratina that builds up energy on the bench. This deck loves to build up energy on the bench a lot too. So Tapu Lele is really great because it punishes your opponent for playing the game passively, and allows you to be a little bit aggressive to then also soften up your opponent's Pokemon so that you can come in with those attacks like the Giratina and the Lunala that typically wouldn't be able to one-hit KO things and can now suddenly one-hit KO your opponent's big monster that they're trying to set up. Now I do want to talk about Leaf really quickly. The whole point of this deck is to stay alive and to pivot around a bunch of different attackers. So you maybe come up with the Lunala and then attack for 100, then you get hit, you retreat into Giratina, you attack with Giratina, you get hit, then you retreat into Mewtwo, you attack with Mewtwo, you get hit. You see the point, right? So the Psychic Connect is really great in moving that energy around and being very efficient and allowing you to utilize multiple attackers. So I have 1 Leaf in here. You could put 2. I do see an argument for putting 2. I think I've seen other lists have 2 Leafs as well. So definitely test that out and see which ones you like. Now the big question about whether or not this deck is good, I think when you get Lunala set up, it's actually really broken. I love the fact that you can just you have the ability to attack with a bunch of different things with the Lunala, so you have a lot of options. The only problem is if you don't get Lunala out really early, this deck does kind of fall apart. And also with the fact that Darkrai is pretty much everywhere, you're getting hit for weakness a lot too. And all of our attackers, I think except for the Tapu Lele, have the dark weakness. So the whole point of this deck is to stay alive and to pivot between Pokemon. But if Darkrai's got to KO, you know, the Pokemon in the active that has all the energy, you're kind of screwed after that, because then you don't have any energy to pivot into. So that's essentially how I felt playing with the deck. I do think the deck is really fun, and it's a cool play style to be able to kind of pivot. It also forces you to think about where you have to place your energy, because you have to move all of that energy. You can't just choose like one or two. You have to move all of it. So it allows you to plan ahead, or it forces you to plan ahead, really. And you have to kind of play strategically, which I love those kinds of decks that just, you know, forces you to think like 2 or 3 turns ahead, as opposed to just, you know, attaching and hitting, attaching and hitting. So that's why I really like this deck. Let's hop onto the ladder and I'll show you some of the matches that I got with Lunala box. Okay, we're going second again. Okay, this is a better start, but we'll see what we draw. Ooh, it's Togepi. Okay, we're going up against Togekiss. A lot of people have polarizing opinions on Togekiss. They think that it's either really great, which I personally think it's really great because it got me pretty high on the ladder. I got like an 8 win streak with it. But they also think that it's just like loses devastatingly to Solgaleo, which it is a tough matchup. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. That is pretty tough. But yeah, it's like not unwinnable. You can still use Cape and Tapu Lele and Oricorio to help, you know, whittle down the Solgaleo. And as long as you just try and set up really early, then you should be fine. Alright, they got Togetic plus energy attachment, so they can attack next turn. They only hit for 60. Again, we're just bricking out here. I don't know if I want to put this Cosmog in play. I could do this and attack for Spooky Shot next turn, but then I'd be down 3 energies if I attack and if they have Togekiss. So I could put it on the Lunala, potentially, if I draw into Rare Candy. If I Lunala, switch, retreat, attack, I could do that. Yeah, either this is a better placement, because even if I do get Lunala, I can move the energy up front if I want to attack with Tina. So yeah, I'll have to do this. And it also splits the energy, so in case they do whiff on Togekiss, Tapu Lele can't come in and hit me for 40. And they did whiff. Okay. Okay, so we got Rare Candy. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So we actually will take out the Togetic before it gets online, which is very good for us. I will bench this other Cosmog because I do have Lunala, so Rare Candy would be really nice as a top deck. Let's attach, retreat. And then we'll Psychic Connect to move that energy back onto, or not back onto Lunala, but onto Lunala. And then they conceded. Okay. It is tough for the Togekiss player if they don't get Togekiss online pretty early. But they had like, if they got Oricorio, maybe there was a shot. I don't know. I probably would have conceded too in their shoes. Alright, potentially Solgaleo. No, it's a fighting deck. Okay, we could be seeing Garchomp. But we do have Rare Candy into Lunala, but Meowth. What a twist. Why do I always get Leaf Red starting hands? I don't think I've seen research in my starting hand since like the first game I played. That's not the pass. Trying to think if red is completely necessary then. Oh god. Red card me too. His hand was broken. Now I'm broken. Payday. Again, what is this? Dude, is this that Persian deck I saw this past week? I saw some weird deck with Persian where they like can remove a card from your hand. It probably is, because they have the red card. They get Persian. They discard a card. No, it's just Payday. Another Cosmog. Okay. Just in case Persian gets online. I'm just gonna do this and pass. Yep, it is a Persian deck. Flip a coin. If heads, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Another red card. Beautiful. We have Cape. Research, finally. Good to finally see you. And Aerodactyl. Okay, they pass, which is interesting. Aerodactyl plus knockout would have been really good for them here. They're gonna let me set up. Do I put the cape on the Cosmog? I think I do. I'm gonna go ahead and bench the Giratina for some pivot. And Mewtwo is probably the best thing to power up. But I don't want to power it up just yet. I want to Lunala KO Persian and then Mewtwo KO Aerodactyl. So I am going to put the cape on here. There was an option to Center Lady. But what I'm going to do is attach energy here. Or maybe I attach it to the Tina and then teleport out. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. And then let's teleport out. That way I can still evolve either Cosmogs. But if they do discard my Lunala, that would be not ideal. Oh, they also play the other Aerodactyl. This one shuffles back into the hand. Okay, hope for Tails. Okay, that's good. And then hope for Rare Candy. Research works as well. Can we get it? Got the Rare Candy. Okay, good. Okay. So now I Rare Candy, Knockout Persian. They don't have a secondary attacker. I set up Mewtwo on the bench and then we should be good to go. Yeah. I think it's written. Let's evolve. It doesn't matter. Either one's the same HP pool. We can evolve the one here. I can retreat. Make sure the sequencing is correct. I'm going to attach energy here. Which one do I want to Psychic Connect off of? Because there is a chance I could attack with this Tina. So I guess I'll Psychic Connect off the Cosmog. We'll bench the Mewtwo so they don't... I mean, I'm going to KO the Persian, so that's fine. I was worried about them potentially discarding it from my hand, but that's not an issue at the moment after this attack. So we'll go Lunar Blast, knock out the Persian. Nothing else I needed to do, right? Cyrus, Center Lady, nah, I'm okay. I could, no, I played Research, so I can't do it this turn, but I can Center Lady the Lunala next turn, so that I have full HP. They can't Primal Wing Beat here, although that cape does change things. And the Grunt is gonna be annoying. Yeah. Okay. Welp. That was interesting for sure. I could retreat into Tina. Let the Tina... Because I don't want them to Primal Wing Beat the Lunala out of play. So I would retreat into Giratina. Attach energy to Mewtwo. And then if they do send the Tina back, just promote Cosmog and then get energy on Giratina. the Tina EX. I think that is the game plan. Because if I Psychic Connect and attack, there's a chance that this all just goes away. And I don't want that to happen. So I am just gonna retreat into this and set up the Mewtwo, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that grunt was not kind at all. There's a chance that they whiff this too. But knowing their luck. Okay. I was wrong. I could Spooky Shot, but then that also just gets rid of a lot of my energy, and I don't want that. So I am just going to keep building up this. And passing. Because if they send the Tina back, I'm not too worried. Okay, looks like they are just gonna go with a Land Crush here. In which case, I just attack with Lunala, right? They don't have enough damage to KO me. They're weak to grass? No, lightning? Really? I would have thought something else, but okay. Okay. I can bench this Tina, right? I don't need anything else. I think I'll bench this Tina just in case. Attach. Psychic Connect. Move that up to here. And then we hit them for 100. That way, next turn... Oh, this only had a 1 retreat cost. Okay, so their plan is definitely to retreat and Primal Wing Beat. Shoot. I didn't think about that. Okay, the grunt back-to-back is very annoying. Jeez. This is an uphill climb. Alright. Okay. They don't get the grunt here. Or not the grunt, the Primal Wing Beat. Which means we still can survive. Again, I don't want to lose energy. So I'm going to retreat into Cosmog now. Yeah, I'm going to retreat into Cosmog. And just in case they play Cyrus, I'm going to Center Lady heal the Lunala in case they just Cyrus pick off my Lunala and so on. So I'm going to put all the energy on Tina because all I need is the Cyrus and take the Aerodactyl off the bench. And that could be with any attacker. So as long as all my energy's consolidated onto one Pokemon, then I should be okay. This game got super interesting really quickly. Alright. And then they're just gonna Land Crush KO. Had to double check. I was like, was I at 2 prizes or 2 points left? I had to make sure. I was scared that for some reason they were just gonna win off of that. Okay. But nope, it looks like we will be able to KO with Lunala here. Then we attach active. And then they can see. Cool. Sweet. That was very interesting. That was stressful. A lot of coin flips went good and bad. It's another dark deck, unfortunately. Let's go with Tina, since that can retreat. And I guess we could put this guy down too. Okay, Clodsire. Can be difficult. It can be difficult for sure. If we can get Mewtwo online to take care of the Darkrai, and then maybe next turn we take care of this Paldean Wooper with Tina, baby Tina. This should be good. Helmet. And Barb. Okay. They are strapped up with their tools. Okay, we are poisoned, which is not fun. But this hand should be enough. Oh no, I am a turn off, aren't I? I could attack with Mewtwo. No, I can't because I have to attach energy. Yeah. Okay, how do I play this? How do I play this? How do I play this? I attach energy, retreat, move that over with Psychic Connect, but then I have an extra energy here that I can't attack with Mewtwo. So I'll put the Mewtwo down, but I won't attack with it. I can't Spooky Shot either because I only have one energy on the Tina. Lele would have actually been really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and attach. I'm assuming the Tina and the active goes down. So I'm gonna attach energy to this Mewtwo and then a Broken Space Bellow. Because then what could happen is they evolve into the guy, right? They evolve into the guy. They knock out the Tina. I can come in with Mewtwo KO. Then their Darkrai doesn't have energy and I can hopefully sweep from there. They also play the Alolan Muck too. Yep, there's the guy. That's my guy. I think I can still KO this next turn with red, which is really good. And this is why red is good in this deck. So we'll send up the Mewtwo. And then they should be behind on attachments, so that gives us some time to set up. Cape even on active could be good. I'll put the Lele down as like a attacker in between. We'll go Psychic Connect. Move it at attach. Don't need to commit the cape just yet. We're hitting 150. Red makes it so that we hit for 170, so we should be good. And then we'll go side drive and get the knockout. So that's good. That's good. We do have to discard 2 energy, so we do have to accelerate back up. But we can go Psychic Sphere, attach, and that should be game because they don't have a cape on this Darkrai. So they could promote the Darkrai. I'll Psychic Sphere it. And then if they do want to retreat, maybe I'll have to find Cyrus at some point. But if they retreat, that's also fine because we can just attack the Muck as well. Okay, how much HP does Muck have? 160? Okay, so we don't KO the Muck with Mewtwo. Yeah, I think I just go... I mean, they will retreat, potentially. But if they retreat, then Lele can sneak the KO, too. Actually, it's probably better for me to... I mean, if they KO me, they KO me. I'm trying to think in a world if they could KO me. I think I'll just attach with the Mewtwo, not attack though, because I don't want to be poisoned. And they don't have cape, so it's like, I mean, maybe I should have attacked, because then if I top deck Cyrus and they retreat, that could be something. But if they do that, then if they retreat Darkrai and try to soak up with Muck, I can just Psychic Sphere and then side drive. Okay, they're just gonna retreat and go in with Muck. So now I feel like Io knowing? I don't know. I'm gonna play this Iono and then see if we can top deck Cyrus. No Cyrus. I could retreat into Lele, but that doesn't help me. I'm gonna attach energy to Tina. Or is it better for me to go into Lunala and just swing? I'm losing a lot of energy if I do that. I am just, because they don't have a tool, right? So I'm going to attach energy to the Tina and then just go Psychic Sphere. Because there is an off chance that they grunt or something, in which case I just want to retreat this Mewtwo and maybe swing with Giratina or Lunala. Yeah, they have Center Lady. They would need Center Lady plus Cape or Potion. Yeah, there's Cape too. Okay, and it looks like they are just gonna start swinging with Tina. Or sorry, what am I saying? They're gonna attach to Darkrai. Okay, I have the Cyrus, which is good, so if they try to retreat, I'm fine on that front. I could retreat and start swinging with Giratina. Am I worried about the recoil damage? Not really. Yeah, I think I'm okay with just doing this then. I'm gonna retreat, go into Tina. Attach and Psychic Connect. And then we'll just go Chaotic Impact. Because I don't want to attack with Mewtwo because it's kind of low, right? I can't foresee them taking a knockout on the Mewtwo this next turn. But I also don't want to side drive and get rid of 2 energy and then not have an attacker after that. If they try to retreat this Muck, which they can't. Okay, so we just win. Okay. Yeah, there was very few options that they could have, but for some reason I was just scared that there was something that they could do. And so, yeah, I was trying to look out for lines of play that they could have. Okay, this is a pretty decent start. We have Rare Candy Lunala, and then Tapu Lele I won't complain about. We can actually play down our hand. It seems pretty good. Let's do Professors. Okay. I'll play the other one down since we do have Lunala in hand. We can play the Tapu Lele. Now they are playing Dark Energy, so they probably are playing Darkrai Crobat, which could be difficult for us, but we can Rare Candy into Lunala, attach... Or do I want to Rare Candy into the bench Lunala and... Ooh, I think I'll do this. Actually, let me research first, see what I get here. Okay. Let's use the Pokeball now to thin the deck out. We got Baby Giratina. I feel like I maybe split my energy up poorly here. Because what I want to do is retreat into the Tapu Lele. Let them ping the Tapu Lele, and then I can just attack with Tapu Lele onto the Crobat. And then let this Giratina just kind of... Well, I guess I get the energy here. So it's like it's as if I didn't waste the energy, but I could have had 2 energy in play. So that is something. But at this point, now I can just start getting the Giratina ready to go. I got Ionomy, that's fine. We play down our hand, so that's not too big of an issue. And we have Leaf too, so that could be good. And yeah, they're gonna take 3 turns to KO us. They're not gonna be able to power this up. I was about to make the mistake. I need to attack with the Lele here. Can they KO me next turn? They can't, right? Even if I do 20 to the Arceus, they can't KO me. So if I do 20 here, I go down to 40, Cunning Link takes me down to 10, they still can't KO me, and then I retreat. Okay, I think we are fine. Let's go Energy Arrow. Let's do the Crobat because we do have Cyrus, so we can actually pull up the Crobat at some point and then KO it with Lunala. Oh, they're gonna just send up the Crobat anyway. Okay. Cosmog gives them a point. Let's just send up the Lunala. Okay, that works too. I'm gonna save this bench spot in case I need to use Baby Tina. And even if they do retreat to try and preserve this Crobat, I can just Cyrus KO it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. Cunning Link for 30 seems fine. And then, yeah. And then we have Baby Tina here. Attach. Psychic Connect. Move everything off of Giratina EX. We'll go ahead and Cyrus to remove that. And let's go ahead and just bench the Mewtwo EX. And then just go Lunar Blast. Well, I didn't even think about it, but Psychic Connect, if you have 2 of them, you could use it. I mean, obviously, if you have 2 of them, you can use it twice. Duh. But, like, you could do it so that you can combine your energy into, like, one Pokemon, which could be interesting, because then you could, like, have 2 on one, 2 on the other, and then use double Psychic Connect to get, like, 4 on a Mewtwo, which could be really cool. So, like, currently what I could do is I could retreat, go into Tina, attach, and then move all of my energy onto Tina, and then they can't really respond. I want to save the Leaf because I don't necessarily need to leave. So I'm going to retreat into Tina. I can go Psychic Connect, move this energy off, and then Psychic Connect, move this energy off. And then I can attach. Let's put the cape on for good measure. And then this way, if they do like Sabrina, I have Leaf to retreat. And then we just take this knockout right here. And then if they come up with Arceus EX, we can just Leaf, move the Giratina, and then attack with Mewtwo. And that seems to be the case. Now they could play Cape here. No, they have Cyrus. Okay, but they are still doing the same play that I thought, is that they were... I thought Sabrina, but they could also Cyrus and prevent me from KOing this next turn. But yeah, that seems to be it. I mean, that doesn't... The Cyrus isn't enough there, actually, now that I think about it, because I always have attachment to retreat into the Mewtwo. And I can always just do this. And then we just go side drive. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And it's cool that you had two of them at the same time, because then you can, like I said, combine all your energy. I thought that was really neat.